Things to know before visiting Istanbul. 1. Avoid visiting in summer. Istanbul's climate is quite mild relative to other cities in the region. Temperatures might not go too far beyond 30 degrees Celsius in the shade, but the sun is scorching hot and it's very dry. The best time to visit Istanbul is during shoulder season, spring, April to early June, or autumn, mid-September to the start of November. For something different, consider visiting Turkey in winter, when snow covers Istanbul and the city's charmometer is off the charts. 2. You need at least 3 days to do Istanbul justice. However many days you give yourself in Istanbul, it will never be enough. You will always feel like you shortchange yourself. There's always one more neighborhood to explore, one more ferry trip to take, one more museum to visit, one more restaurant to try. 3 days is the bare minimum for a first-time visitor, but you could easily stay for a week or more. One of the highlights of Istanbul is the food, so you do well to measure the duration of your stay in meals eaten rather than nights slept. 6 square meals and a couple of spread breakfasts is ideal for indulging in the best of Istanbul's food scene. 3. Save time by applying for an e-visa. Most nationalities require a tourist visa to enter Turkey. The country's e-visa scheme, which launched in 2013, is available to citizens of 40-plus countries, including the States, Australia, and Canada. EU citizens do not need a visa. A standard multiple-entry visa is valid for a stay of up to 90 days, with 180 days validity from the date of issue. 4. Travel insurance is a must. Travel insurance is mandatory for all foreign visitors to Turkey. Again, you might not be asked to show proof of insurance if you're traveling on an e-visa. But rules are rules nonetheless. Istanbul is generally regarded as a safe city, but pickpocketing and crime do occur. More importantly, local healthcare can be expensive, so it pays to be covered in case of accident or unexpected illness. 5. There are multiple airports in Istanbul. Don't front up at the wrong one. Istanbul Airport, IST, is the city's largest and busiest international airport. Located on the European side in Arnavutköy, 40 kilometers/45 minutes drive from Taksim Square, it is sometimes referred to as Istanbul Grand Airport, or IGA. If you're flying with Turkish Airlines or from Europe, there's a high chance you will be landing at IST. 6-point card is widely accepted, but it helps to carry cash. 99% of venues and shops in Istanbul accept credit or debit cards, including Visa and MasterCard, as well as contactless pay. For small markets and convenience stores, local restaurants, bars, and taxis, and when dipping into the wonderful world of Istanbul street food, you'll need cash. Many smaller shops in Turkey have a primary limit set on card purchases, meaning you need to meet a certain threshold if you want to pay with a card. In these instances, cash is necessary. Small bills also come in handy for tipping. More on that later. 7. Most ATMs in Turkey charge a fee. ATMs are ubiquitous in Istanbul, and most of the time, you'll see half a dozen different cash machines clustered together. Majority charge a withdrawal fee, up to 5% for some banks, and have a transaction limit of between 3,000 to 5,000 Turkish lira limited. If you're not a Turkish citizen and you don't hold a residency permit, you'll find you have limited options when it comes to buying a SIM. Low-cost packages are not available to foreigners, and most telcos only offer one standard tourist package. Vodafone only has one option for tourists, which includes 20 gigabytes of data, calls, and texts, and unlimited access to WhatsApp. 9. The public transport system is phenomenal. If you're considering hiring a car in Turkey to continue your travels beyond the city, make sure you pick it up on the outskirts of the city. The traffic is maniacal, and I would not recommend driving in the city center. The public transport system is affordable, easy to use, and reliable. Between the metro, trams, buses, ferries, and my personal favorite, Dolmuş vans, you can get anywhere you need to go with ease. 10% tipping is standard. Tipping is customary in Turkey, with 10% being the standard mark for restaurants and bars. For taxi drivers, it's normal to round up to the nearest lira when paying in cash. Of course, you should only tip if you're satisfied with the service. Things to do in Istanbul. 1. Take a stroll through history, the Hagia Sophia. Hagia Sophia I Kabir Kami Sharifi, Hagia Sophia Grand Mosque, one of the most magnificent Istanbul visiting places, is ready to mesmerize you. Here is a historical building from 537 to the present. Yes, it is huge and stunning on the outside, but the magic kicks in when you step inside. Amongst many places to visit in Istanbul, it is the one you will spend hours gazing into its miraculous interior with astonishment. 2. Enjoy the spices, carpets, and gold. The Grand Bazaar in Istanbul. Turn your route to a bazaar in Istanbul for a short trip to the Ottoman period. The Grand Bazaar, which is the first market that comes to mind when talking about Istanbul, invites you to a visual feast. There is no better place to talk with local people than the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul, Turkey. Also, Grand Bazaar is an excellent choice for shopaholics because it is home to more than 4,000 shops. 3. Take a tour throughout the Bosphorus and sim to the seagulls. What comes to mind first when you talk about Istanbul visiting places? Something is where blue and green meet, connecting the two sides. The Bosphorus. It will be good for everyone to spend some time in this exquisite strait that connects the Anatolian and European sides. Whether you prefer a boat tour or a ferry trip with the locals, it doesn't matter. The experience and excitement of all of them are completely different. 4. Discover the Ottoman Empire. Along with Istanbul, Dolmabahce Palace, the last signature of the Ottoman Empire to Istanbul, Dolmabahce Palace. This place, rising on the edge of the Bosphorus with the traces of Western architecture, will make you fall in love with both its interior and its view. This magnificent area served as a port where Navy ships were anchored and performed the maritime ceremonies during the Ottoman period. Beşinci Experience Istanbul, Turkey, Karaköy Restaurants. Karaköy Restaurants. Istanbul sightseeing, no doubt, will be quite bustling. After you walk around the vibrant streets of Istanbul enough, you will look for somewhere to sit and enjoy a beautiful evening with delicious treats. Karaköy welcomes taste enthusiasts with its wide range of dishes, from traditional Turkish cuisine to modern world cuisines. 6. Visit the heart of the Ottoman, Topkapı Palace. You are in the place where the sultans ruled the Ottoman from Topkapı Palace for exactly 400 years. This is definitely an unmissable stop on historical Istanbul sightseeing. Throughout its own history, Topkapı Palace was all Ottoman sultans' home, as from Mehmet the Conqueror. It was also the administrative, educational, and artistic center of the empire. 7. Only way to fly, Galata Tower. Like all the great cities globally, Istanbul has its own love story too, and this story is between two towers, Galata Tower and Maiden's Tower. Another emotional aspect of Istanbul for tourists is here. As heartwarming as this story can be, it's still mandatory to visit them to feel the romanticism of Istanbul travel. 8. Take breathe in the city, Princess Islands. Another one of the places to visit in Istanbul is Princess Islands. The most popular ones are Bukada, Heybeliada, Burgazada, Kunaliada. These cute islands that line up throughout the Marmara Sea will fully take one day of your Istanbul trip. 9. Take a mysterious trip, Basilica Cistern. Another must-see architectural masterpiece in Istanbul is Yerebatan Sarnıcı, which is known globally as Basilica Cistern. Locals name this structure this way because of its intriguing illusion of infinite columns. 10. Go back to ancient times, Archaeology Museum. Istanbul Archaeological Museum is home to about 1 million artifacts from various cultures brought from the imperial lands. One of those things to do in Istanbul visiting is definitely joining a short history tour here. Best places for shopping in Istanbul: Birinci İstiklal Street. Embassy buildings, banks, and hotels opened in the Ottoman capital attracted all the attention to this area, and wealthy non-Muslim citizens of the city competed with each other to build beautiful buildings in this area. While wandering around Istiklal Street today, looking at the colorful windows at eye level, although we forget to examine the architectural beauties, Beyoğlu still carries the traces of those days. 2. Galata. Galata is one of Istanbul's rising stars. In recent years, wonderful souvenir shops have opened around Galata Tower. There are also very nice concept shops. Galata definitely stands out among the many places to shop in Istanbul. Here you can witness an architectural feast during shopping. Üçüncü Grand Bazaar. When it comes to the authentic bazaar in Istanbul, the first place in our mind is Grand Bazaar. You can be sure that this historical bazaar full of countless souvenirs will add a unique experience to your trip. Whether you don't decide what you buy from Turkey, this place will give you wonderful ideas. Overall, Istanbul is a mesmerizing city where East meets West, blending rich history with vibrant modernity. Famous for its iconic landmarks like the Hagia Sophia, Blue Mosque, and bustling Grand Bazaar, it offers a captivating journey through centuries of culture. With its unique position spanning 2 continents, Istanbul is a city of timeless charm and endless discoveries. Also check the description below. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe.